morning, everyone. I'm your humble clout fiend, vying for your attention so I don't perish. And today, you're watching the Good Morning Show. Today is July 25th, 2025. And you may notice I have a few audio changes. Let me know how it goes. And we'll get right into the fun fact of the day. The fun fact is, if you're going to make a new computer, don't cheap out on the power supply. It doesn't matter how good your graphics card is if you can't power it. I'm not speaking from experience. Actually, I am. That's a lie. Well, it's unfortunate that I focused on just indie games for now. I don't think I'll be able to stream anything high-end 3D, but that's a-okay. I should be able to do that. So, building a new PC. Don't skimp out on your power supplier. Always remember that. As for this fan art, I'm showing it again because I love it. I'll probably show it one more time when I set up my TikTok streams properly, which I'll be doing a test on TikTok and Twitch this afternoon, hopefully, if all goes well, to test out multi-streaming on multiple resolutions. But look at it. A little fuzzy wink. That's my art tag. If you have a better art tag, let me know. I thought it was a nice simple and it doesn't seem to be used, so it's a good pick and fuzzy wink. A little reminder, call to action. Subscribe if you haven't, follow. It's free, helps me out a lot, and it helps me grow. Yeah, it just helps me out a bunch. A little call to action. As for the fortune of the day, this was messy. I originally was going to do runes, but then, like, a bunch of them fell, and I was like, yeah, that's probably just not it. Then I went with the shamanic healing deck, and I'm pretty sure I drew the exact same one that I drew for the Monday one, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to redraw that. And the first card I drew from the the next card I drew from the shamanic healing deck is the first one. Movement into balance. Reading off verbatim. The sun balances the moon, just as the earth, the water, and the sky remain in precious balance. So you are moving from an unbalanced ideas and lifestyle into moving into a balanced way of being. A situation may call for some tweaking and adjustments into a balanced mode. Look into that energy and emotion you are putting into the universe. Your world, your relationship, goals, balance, and the energy that you are allowing yourself to receive. Your body inherently tries to remain in a balanced state. So do our souls. If you are not receiving enough, you will unconsciously give more to restore that precious balance. Step out of the automatic responses and listen to your guides and your soul and what the situation truly warrants. So what does that actually mean in, like, a general sense of the term? Well, I can only speak from my experience. I am moving from a new system, like, new lifestyle into this lifestyle. I would say my previous lifestyle was probably more balanced, but also a lot less productive and a lot less of a functioning human being. So more or less, I view it as I'm moving into a new lifestyle. You have to figure out how to balance that in your lifestyle. For me, in this current state, I would say I need to figure out how to continue learning new things and adding new things, since I'm doing most of this myself, and I need to learn how to set a lot of things up, improve on how to do thumbnails, audio, and all that fun stuff. And also balancing my real life, because if I only focus on that, that would impact both my mental health and the quality of the streams. That's at least how I perceive it. For people with, like, actual lives who touch grass, more or less, like, just think of small things that you have been changing in your lifestyle. They might not be anything grand, maybe something very small, but those small things can overall affect your balance, and you may be unconsciously trying to change that. So keep that in mind, trying to figure out how to properly balance that with your soul and your well-being. Now on to stonks. more or less, it seems like Bitcoin's taking a bit of a dip right now. For the past 5 days, it went down about 2.4%, which for like is a lot of money considering like that's like thousands of dollars. And so it might be a good chance to buy the dip, although you may want to keep an eye because it may go lower. It's just something to keep an eye out on. And that's more or less it. Have a great day. Remember to keep a balance, keep an eye on those Bitcoin prices if you want to try to make an extra bit of cash.